Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a unscheduled live stream from, and I keep saying this wrong, folks, so forgive me on the video clips I've done today. It's actually the Holiday Inn Club Vacations. I've been saying Vacations Club. It's Holiday Inn Club Vacations. And I'm on Carondelet Street in New Orleans. I've got this huge, fabulous room, but what a day I've had today. So let me share a few things with you. It started off this morning cold. I drove to Richmond. I left at dark 30 this morning. I got to Richmond about 9 o'clock. It was like 33 degrees when I got there. So I stayed at this place that Hot Air Tom had recommended for me. I pulled in, flashed him my thing, just like you do going on a cruise or on an airline. I had it on my phone. He told me where to go park, which was literally I'm within 10 feet of the front gate of the place. And he said, get your stuff out of the car and the guy will come around and pick you up to take you over to the airport. I said, okay. So I got my suitcase out. I got my computer bag out and my walker, because I have to have the walker just in case something gets screwed up and I'm stuck. Plus it gives me something to sit on, which I sat down, put my hood up because it was cold. And I couldn't have waited 30 seconds and he was there to pick me up. So he grabbed my suitcase, he grabbed the walker, he grabbed the computer bag. I did have to go up a couple steps, which, I can do a couple steps and get on a bus. They took me right over to right outside the Breeze Airways, Breeze Airlines, whatever the official title of it is, Breeze Air. I did have to get my suitcase in my walker, put it on the walker, and my computer bag, which both fit on the walker, laid my oxygen on top because, of course, walking, I had to have the oxygen going. I had to walk, I'm going to guess, 30 yards behind my walker, which was just about to my limit. But I was second person in line, so I pulled the suitcase off the walker so I could sit down. And the couple that was in front of me went to one window, and before they were done, the second window was opened up. She called me right over. I was in and out of there in 2 minutes, maybe. Checking my bag through, checking the walker through. She called for a wheelchair. She said, it might take them a couple minutes to get here. I said, okay, that's fine. So I took the walker over to a chair with my computer bag and the oxygen, and I sat down, and the clerk from the window came over and got the walker and took it back, tagged it, and sent it down with the luggage, and then brought me the receipt back over to where I was sitting. And I sat there 2 minutes, and the wheelchair guy was there. So I had a nice chat with him. He pushed me through the airport here in Richmond. Now, I haven't been in the Richmond airport for a long time. So it was nice to see how things have changed there. I got to the gate an hour before boarding time. So I sat there for a few minutes, and then I went over to there's a little restaurant right next to me, which didn't have breakfast stuff. But I got a drink, and I got some chicken tenders. And went back and get in my seat, and they're ready to do pre-boarding. So, and the Breeze airlines people, from the lady at the ticket counter to the people at the gate. They were so helpful and so nice. I absolutely couldn't believe it. As you know, I've been fighting flying again forever since last April, and they were wonderful. When I got on the plane, the stewardess, she came out and got my bag. Says, "Come, you know." I told him I can walk to my seat. She walked in. She got my bag and put the bag up over the head for me. I didn't even have to do that. I sat down in my seat, and when they started loading the rest of the plane, of course, somebody was sitting on the inside because I always get an aisle seat. So I stood up for her to sit down, and I told her I'd try not to, be too much of a fat load in the seat next to her. The Breeze seats are nice and roomy. There's plenty of leg room. I could stretch out my legs under the seat in front of me. Normally I have to put my bad leg out in the middle of the aisle. Well, I didn't have to do that there. I could actually stretch it out underneath the seat. Of course, they, with it being a quote unquote discount air, you have to pay for everything. So when they did came around with the drink cart and so forth, I had to flash them my credit card. I actually had an adult beverage while I was there on the plane. It was not a bad flight. It was a little rough when we took off because it was windy, and it was a little bumpy coming into New Orleans because it was a little windy. We ended up landing 9 minutes late, only because we had a pretty stiff headwind. But it was just, they were wonderful. So let's see, instead of running my mouth, I was going to show you a couple. That's in the airport there while I was waiting for the wheelchair guy to come. And then I'm around here at that's the restaurant next door to the Breeze gate. And that's back at the gate A5, which is where I went out. That's the pilot. I had a lady pilot today, and she came out and got on the phone to talk to everybody. I wasn't used to that on an airplane. And then to top that, folks, we had just touched down in New Orleans before we had gotten back to the building. One of the stewardesses in the back comes on the phone and says, "Okay, folks, I want everybody in here to close your window shades. And when I count to 3, reach up and hit your bell because we got a birthday to celebrate on the plane." So everybody reached up and did the, call button for the stewardesses all through the plane. And then they had everybody sing happy birthday to these folks. I've never seen that on an airplane before. Breeze Air does it. So I was very, very impressed with Breeze Air. All right, so then I check in. I got an Uber who they took me out. The wheelchair people pushed me out. I got my bags and stuff. Pushed me out to the Uber stand, and the Uber driver was there before I could get out of the wheelchair. So, and not only was he a really good Uber driver, he gave me I've got his phone number in my phone. I can call him anytime I want. When I go out to the port Sunday, he'll pick me up. I'm probably going to call him tomorrow to go out to get my fried chicken for Dennis. So I did do some checking, and it's not recommended that me rolling around late at night on the scooter. As long as there's people on the sidewalks, I'm okay. They won't bother me. But if it gets late at night and starts to get really thin, that's where you could get into trouble. Well, I'm never a late night person, so that's not a problem, especially on a day like today where I've been driving since, dark 30. All right, so I check into the Holiday Inn Club Vacations. And this was really my first surprise of the day.
All right, guys, I just got to my room, the Holiday Inn Express Vacations Club. You're not going to believe this. The camera. I'm sitting in the doorway, so I just came in the door. Of course, you got a big TV. You got a nice little living room here. A full kitchen. Stove. That's a couple closets we just went by, folks. A little kitchenette. And then a big bedroom. The only thing that's bad, if you want to call it bad, is it's not a handicap accessible shower, but I'll make do. And then this is a huge walk-in closet with a safe. So I got all the comforts of home. We're in New Orleans, right down the street from Daisey Dukes and I don't know, a couple other places. So, we'll see what all I can do from here. This is the Holiday Inn Express Vacation Club in New Orleans.
And of course, folks, it's the Holiday Inn Club Vacations. Again, I did it wrong, but sorry about that. Really nice place. Front desk people were wonderful. The concierge that brought my stuff up to the room. Just really. I've had such nice people helping me today. It's been really great. All right, so now I hadn't really eaten much of anything. So I was getting pretty hungry. I'm a big fat guy. You got to feed this body so, I can keep it where I can see it. So I said, okay, where's this Daisey Dukes place? And they said, it's just right down the street. It's not even a block down. I said, okay. There was also a seafood restaurant before I got to Daisey Dukes. So I stopped and looked. They had a menu board out front. I looked at that. A little pricey, but that's okay. And you're in downtown New Orleans. What do you expect? So I got to Daisey Dukes. And I go inside. Let's see, Daisey Dukes. There it is. All right. So I got a table. They let me have a table for like 6. Pulled a couple chairs out so I could put the scooter in and swiveled my chair around. And this was Boris, who was my absolutely wonderful waiter. Now, this is the inside. I think I cut myself off here. The inside of Daisey Dukes. Of course, there was some music playing. Notice all the artwork on the wall. It's really nice artwork, too, all the way around. So it's not that big a place, but it still had a full bar. Of course, I had a couple of adult beverages. I had a couple of adult beverages while I was there. So I asked Boris what he recommended, and he told me. And then I called him back after I placed my order, and I said, I got to do some of the seafood gumbo too. Can you bring me a cup of seafood gumbo? He said, sure. So that's what the seafood gumbo looked like. All right. This is the seafood gumbo.
All right, first on the agenda is the seafood gumbo. I wasn't going to do this, but I couldn't resist. Now it has some rice in it. So let's see how the broth is. It has, oh boy, it's got some spice. It is very spicy. I like it. That was a bite of crayfish. Very good. Sort of shrimpy taste. This bite has some of the hot sausage. Oh my goodness. I could make a meal just on the gumbo. It's really good here at Daisey Dukes. I'll be back with some oysters and fish when I finish the gumbo.
Okay. So then the oysters and fish came. Now, remember, I'm in New Orleans. Everything gets a biscuit. You know, I think they probably give you a biscuit with pancakes. You order a bowl of ice cream, you probably get a biscuit. But anyway, that's one great big, I'm pretty sure it was catfish. I didn't even ask what kind of fish it was. Pretty sure it was catfish. Normally not my favorite, but this was really good. And the oysters were very interesting.
Okay, I've progressed to the main course now. So I selected a fish. I think it might be catfish, I'm not sure. An oyster combo. Of course, remember, folks, I'm in New Orleans. So everything comes with a biscuit. Why I'm going to come here for breakfast in the morning. Let's try an oyster. That's what I really came for. They're fried. It's a fried oyster and fried fish. When you're used to getting oysters in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is 3 hours from the coast, to get real fresh oysters, oh boy, is that a treat. All right, I have to try the fish as well. Let's see how that is. It's a big piece of fish. And I'm sorry about this, folks. I'm doing this in my fingers. Oh my God. Wow. I wish I had something other than 1 to 10 to rate this. The gumbo alone was a 10. And I don't see anything wrong with the oysters or the fish. This is awesome. Daisey Dukes in New Orleans. Cheers.
Okay, guys. I just thought I'd share that with you. Of course, I did some clips. I'm going to turn those into videos tonight because I've told people that they'd be up before the night's over with. So I've still got some work to do tonight. It's been a really good day. I am so tired. I'm not going to go back out tonight. I brought a couple Diet Cokes up with me when I came back up to my room. Goodness knows I don't need any more food. But, oh my goodness. Now, the oysters. Kind of an interesting story about oysters. Now I'll go see who's over in the chat room. I get Chesapeake Bay oysters in Lynchburg. But they're not fresh. I mean, at the best, they're a couple days old or older. Now, they're bigger. They're much bigger than the Gulf oysters. But man, there is no comparison in the taste. These, even though they're smaller, these were really outstanding. So I like Daisey Dukes a lot. That was one of the recommendations in here. I'm right down the street from it. So All right, let's see who came over to fuss at me today. Kenneth's with us. Hi, Kenneth. How was your flight? The flight was great. Should there be a live picture of you? I hope so. Is there a live picture? I mean, I can't tell. It seems like I've got a good stream. I'm not entirely sure, but I hope it's a good stream. It looks like it from my end. Nikki's with us. Glad you made it safely. Yeah, it's been a good day, Nick. There's 30 and a wake up, my buddy. Whoop, whoop, time to cruise. Yep, you're on a cruise. I'm going to get on a cruise. Yo, yo, Brooklyn in the house. Hey, Eddie. This is an awesome hotel. I'm going to be here for 3 days. Really nice. And then I stay at a really high-class joint when I get back after the cruise, too. That looks like a party palace. I mean, I could have a party in here with 100 people. I mean, this is huge. Mr. Bucket List is with us. Hey, Justin. Oh, Nola. That's where I am. Rob Slevin. Hey, Rob, haven't seen you for a while. I just got to New Orleans, too. Having dinner at Acme Oyster House. Very nice. Oh, Kenneth says it's good now. That's great. Well, like I say, folks, I hadn't planned on doing this. I'm going to turn these into a couple little, probably short videos, or I don't know if it'll be all of them will be short or not. But anyway, we'll see. I'll do a video on the room here in the. See if I can get it right this time. Holiday Club Vacations. I'll have to correct myself all night on that one. And then, of course, I got to get a little something up on Daisey Dukes. It was a lady that held the door for me, and then she was back in the kitchen. I have a feeling that's the Daisey Dukes lady, I think. Not entirely sure which came first, the TV show or the restaurants. But anyway, this was well worth a stop tonight. What am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to probably explore some. I'm about 6 blocks from like the aquarium and stuff. I don't know, some of you that know New Orleans better than I do, because it's been so long since I've been here. But those of you that know New Orleans, I'm straight down from the aquarium, so I can easily get down there on my scooter for the river walk and stuff like that, and see what I can find down there. I'm hoping to do my show tomorrow like normal from here at 11 o'clock. And then if I can hook up with an Uber or my Uber driver from today, I would like to go out to get some fried chicken, since Dennis swears and be damn it's the best fried chicken in the world. So I'm willing to try it. But anyway, I think that's a little bit out of town. So, it's going to probably be expensive to get out there, but that's okay. This is not a bargain cruise for me. This is one of those that, just like the seascape. I spend a little extra for, but I'm going to enjoy it a lot. So anyway, it's been a great day. This has been a terrific start to what I'm hoping is just going to be a fantastic, 11 days and between the cruise and time spent in New Orleans. Certainly can't fault that. How far are you from the cruise port? Can't be that far. Again, it's the river walk, and I'm not sure exactly where the cruise port is. Haven't gotten that far, Kenneth. I checked into the hotel, came straight from the airport, checked into the hotel, came up to the room, did that quick little video of the room, because at that time my suitcase and everything was over here in front of these two closets in the living room. I hadn't set anything up yet. Went to the bathroom because I hadn't peed forever, quite frankly, and turned the scooter around and went downstairs and went straight to Daisey Dukes. And I got here, and of course, I had to download the pictures and the clips and to the computer, and then upload them to StreamYard so I could show you a few things. So that's, that's been my day. I haven't had time to look and figure out where's the cruise port. But my Uber guy's already says, I'll pick you up. Don't even worry about it. I'll pick you up Sunday and we'll take you over there. Just give me the time. I said, okay, I'll do it. So it doesn't matter how far it is. 10 minutes. Can't be very far because we're right, literally, I'm right here in the middle of things. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. I am going to call it a night because I've still got some work to do. But hopefully, keep your eyes open. I'm liable to go live at any time for the next 11 days. Who knows? Hope to do it a lot. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fantastic day.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry, so if you'd like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.